Has anyone ever gotten this off of, I think, Delete Law's website? I got one. Apparently it costs $5, and it's all of the pamphlet, and then this piece of paper. So if you want to have information for when you're a cop, or when you're pulled over by a cop, I think this is the primary thing. This thing is primarily used for when you're pulled over by a cop. Then you show the cop this, all this information. It's a little sticky. I've had it for a while. I'll say a friend gave it to me in Corinth. Oh, yeah, the pages got stuck together somehow. This information is kind of useful and useless. So Chili's throwing a lot of information that's not necessary, but he talks about things that he feels is important to him, like, okay, passengers don't have to give ID right here. All right, don't talk to the cop. He will get your information at the jail. Let's see. So, I mean, yeah, this isn't exactly something that you hand to the cop. You know, that's what I would be looking for, is something I could just hand over to the cop. But this is to remind people of their rights, because a lot of people don't know their basic rights. Get out passenger. Let's see. The spirit of the law is for the officer's safety. The only way you could challenge a cop is if it was on camera and the order is clearly not for officer safety. You risk abuse and jail by challenging the order. Let's see. So, out of all this information, cop says threats, specifically the words that instigate violence. You could or would. Okay. You can't park on highway. See, that's one that's interesting. I don't know why you put that, but it's a part of the right to travel. Let's see. Okay, the rights to remain silent. So, the rights that I think Chili exercised when he was arrested and put in jail is pretty much the right to film cops. Let's see. With Turner versus Driver and Irizarry. Let's see. Our right to film police falls squarely within the First Amendment to hold government officials accountable. Turner. Okay. Officer, you face personal liability if you in any way hinder me filming. So Chili he recorded a cop on a traffic stop, and then he I guess wouldn't follow the lawful orders, and then was arrested and convicted and thrown in jail for 6 months. So people are saying, there's this one lawyer out of California. He's saying that this order is not exactly lawful. Apparently some new court case came out that says that the order is no longer lawful, that something about making lawful orders. So I'm not sure the details of that, but apparently it was some kind of reversal before Chili got convicted. So that's like a new there's a new rule in Nevada that can be used to appeal. But what's it? You know, with delete laws, he's got all these this information, all this information in his pamphlet. Cursed cops out. He probably cursed a cop out during that arrest. Let's see. I use any words I want. One man's vulgarity is another man's lyric. So, but I don't know how much of a factor that was on his 6 months in jail. There's really no talk about rights to record other people's traffic stops. And there's another piece of paper right here. Let's see, right to travel, right to work. That's kind of sovereign citizen stuff. Let's see. Jurisprudence dealing with the effects of an emergency construction with reference to common law. Let's see. So he made a court script for a right to work. Unenfranchised common law. Let's see. How do you want to plead? I don't intend to plead. I intend to answer in the form of a demur, such as I do not acquiesce to a quasi-jurisdiction, because that's an issue to be brought up. I think that Delete Laws is giving this out. Is selling this, but I don't. You know, I wonder how much he's selling while in jail. It sounds like he's really having difficulty in jail with the managing his website. Like, he's had to stop selling things, and he's also just stopped communication from the jail entirely. And also, it sounds like he's unable to communicate with his lawyer as well. And that's what this lawyer in California has reported about the latest court hearing. And I don't know if this lawyer's California. There's a group called Our Nevada Judges. If it's even a group, it could be just an individual who's reporting on Chili DeCastro's incarceration. And it sounds like communication is really breaking down. They've maybe Delete Laws is getting settled in jail and just communicating less. I mean, it's expensive. What is it, like a couple dollars a minute to talk on the phone? So it's not really cost effective, and that's just arbitrary costs. I mean, cost effective based on the arbitrary pricing that the jails usually set for calling out. But his communication is totally cut off, and let's see, he's unable to talk. He's just you don't know what's going on a day-to-day basis in the jail now. Apparently there's been threats, and this there's a rumor going around, well, just only actually in a straight line from the lawyer in California. He says that some kind of counter-terrorist organization or group had a meeting with Chili in jail. But yeah, it's something else. The law works in different ways from one judge to the next, and you have to challenge the judge's decisions when they're not consistent with your own beliefs. It's really a clash on opinions, and the fairness isn't always there. It's good to tell your story, but while Delete Laws is in jail, he's unable to tell his story. I know that I never called anybody when I was in jail. All I did was just try to write my observations. Like, I guess Delete Laws is writing a book in jail, in between the calls he was making. Maybe he was writing like a book. I don't know. It's I mean, it's not easy to write a book, especially if you're in the Louisiana jail. They don't give you a paper and pen. You have to fight for a paper and pen. But in Nevada, maybe. I never was in a jail in Nevada. I don't know what that's like. And it depends on county to county, what's going on with that. Which some counties are nicer than others. But yeah, he's developed a following enough to have a strong reaction from the government, and his business is made up of the information that he's trying to make more easily digestible for us more simple folks, so we can stay updated, because laws are constantly updated. I mean, this could be, you know, the best selling point for this pamphlet, for buying it, could be that he has the most updated dates for the most relevant trials. 2022, he's actually put the years, which is pretty good, and he's trying to use the most updated years. He's got 2022, 21, 17 in here. So it's cops smell marijuana. That latest ruling is 2021. And then the right to film, we got 2017, 2022. So it's, you want to have the most updated, relevant laws, ones that supersede an older ruling. That's the older ruling may not have discussed an aspect that's important. With technology changing today, it's becoming more important to well, it's just easier to update. He's able to update. He's brought it all together with the general information in his pamphlet, with the most updated court dates so far. 5 years from now, we'll probably have more updated court dates. That, you know, this pamphlet will probably look different 5 years from now. So it's about keeping up. It's something that lawyers have to do. They have to keep updated on the latest changes. Revoke consent 2018. Okay, I give consent and revoke it. So maybe before 2018 there wasn't a revoke consent. They're saying you can give consent on camera, that that you can search. Does it say my car or my house? I give consent and I can revoke it. So I could give consent. I could it probably goes for lawyers too. It also goes for, and you know, this is a progression on learning for me. It's like, yeah, okay, a lot of people were saying, early on in 2015, 2016, they ask, am I free to leave? And in a lot of cases with me, I want to stay. I mean, like, just I want to hang out and still sit in my car. You know, the cop grants me permission, I'm free to leave. Well, if you're free to leave, you're also free to stay. So it, you know, it goes both ways. But for a while, people were like, you know, oh, you're free to leave. And we're just thinking only that. And now you know, it can go both ways. Just like I give consent and now I revoke consent. I'm free to leave and I'm free to stay. Just, you know, think of whatever maybe other examples of scenarios for that. Yeah, delete laws, it's a difficult situation. I also got What Are Human Rights? This is somewhere in South Mississippi. We're all born free and equal. This isn't from Delete Laws though. There's a lot of interesting information that you could use. No slavery, no torture. You have the right no matter where you go. You have rights no matter where you go, even in jail, okay? But you gotta enforce those rights. That's the important thing. You gotta let the other person know in plain English that you're very knowledgeable of your rights. You can't just say I know my rights. You have to really enforce it. But I try to enforce my rights by trying to make the other person see my side a little bit better. Maybe, you know, tell the cop that they're not free to leave, okay? And then let them defend themselves. Put the cop in the position to have to defend themselves so that they see your position, because they don't always see your position, they only see their position, and they try to tell you to think what it's like to be in their position. So they want to make you think what it's like to be in their position. Well, in turn, you got to make them think what it's like to be in your position. So you got to kind of turn the tables on them and do that reverse psychology business.